surprised you the most about the game the other day?
What surprised me the most? I wouldn't say there were very many surprises. I think we prepared well for them, and going out there, we knew what we were going to do. We see that defense every day, just different players, and it went pretty much how we expected it to up front, just knowing what was coming.
7 straight possessions, though, 7 straight touchdowns. I mean, I know, is that something you were
I think that surprises
that?
everyone. I knew we were going to go out there and execute. I didn't know to what level we were going to go out there and execute. Being the first game and all, there's going to be things here and there that you miss, but I think we went out there and performed really well.
How'd you like having Amarius and Devin will kind of get some important snaps, as the game went on, and do you feel like you guys are pretty decent on the line?
I think it's pretty rare for an offensive line to be able to rotate people, and I think we have a really solid 2 deep that can play.
What does it take just as an offensive lineman to be comfortable with that, with shifting guys around and being, having the confidence in whoever's lined up beside you?
I think it takes reps in practice. Like I've had reps next to Mims and reps next to Warren. I know how they're going to play, know how they do things different. Other than that, I think it's just trust, knowing that they're going to do their job and that I'm going to do my job.
Keanu said y'all had some idea that what this defense was capable of before Saturday's game, just because you go against them all the time in practice. Did you have some indication that they were capable of doing what they did against Oregon?
Yes, definitely. They perform every day in practice. They come and bring it, go against them every day. So they make us better, we make them better.
Tate, how did you feel just physically your first game back on Saturday, and what did you make of how you were able to play?
Physically, I felt pretty good. Of course, it took me a minute or two to get used to it again, but nerves and everything. But after all that was gone, I felt really good.
You guys scored touchdowns, I think, on the first 7 possessions. Is it kind of unfair to put Stanford in front of you guys this week and ask them to stop the Jordan's offense?
I wouldn't say it's unfair. I think it's another opportunity for us to get better and go out there and compete.
What about just the physical differences between guys in the Power 5 programs and guys on that level?
I would say that we're big up front, and we got to go out there and get the job done no matter who we're playing.
As an offensive lineman, how does it feel watching that stepped and touchdown pass to Ladd back? As an offensive lineman, how does it feel to watch back that the touchdown pass to Ladd, scrambling in the backfield?
Stetson definitely made a play that we could have definitely protected better on. It's a long play, got to hold blocks.
What was your biggest takeaway from what you want to improve going into week 2 and on that first game?
Personally, it's definitely like footwork and things, just little things, hat placement, stuff like that. Got me in some situations I didn't need to be in up front. So.
Tate, Kirby was mentioning that the new coaches on staff auditing the way he'll do things, that kind of stuff. How have you seen that from Coach Searles since he got that?
I think Searles is really taking control of our offensive line room. Really has us bought in. He's kind of changed a couple things about how we go about every day, and I'm a big fan of what he does.
What has he changed about the everyday routine, or how y'all do things in practice?
Just up front, just challenges us every day to go out there and have a great day. No bad days. It's just go out there and compete.
Trenton was talking a lot about the atmosphere inside Mercedes-Benz. What effect did that have on you?
Looking out there and seeing all that red was huge. I think he gave everybody on our team a big boost. I think I got told before the game it was 80% our fans. So just looking out there and seeing that is a big deal.
After the first game, what do you think the identity of this team is?
I think explosive on offense and physical on both sides of the ball. I think that's got to be our identity every week, is going out there and being physical.
How about you? You don't know till you play. How much validation did you come out of that game with?
Right after the game, you come out with a lot, but then you go back and watch the film and you think, okay, there's a lot of things we need to work on. There's a lot of situations that could have gone a lot worse than they were.
We saw Cedric being able to get to the second level a few times, kind of take some of those Oregon defenders. Just what does he do being a part of this offensive line, what he brings every day?
You see that day in and day out with Sed blocking the second level till the whistle blows. Sed works extremely hard. He's the leader of our offensive line right now. He's the one that makes all our calls, and when he talks, we all listen.
Tate, you've had some high praise for Mikkel. What was the moment that you realized that, hey, this kid, he's a freshman, but he's ready to go play in a big-time game?
First, you just look at him. The first day I saw him, I thought it was Trayvon back in our locker room. but just the way he practices, he's physical, he's fast, he moves. And you see him in a 3-tech, and you know I've got to go right here, because if not, he's going to beat you.
Another guy we saw on Saturday, Nazir, a good bit. What have you seen from him just going up against him throughout fall camp?
He's physical. He holds his spot well. He plays hard.
What is it like in a game like that where y'all were rotating as much as guards wrote on you, Willick, and Truss, and all those guys?
What is it like? I would say it's nice knowing that if you're dying tired, which I don't think any of us were. I think we were pretty all well. It's good to know that whoever's in there after you can trust to go get the job done.
What's the excitement like for you coming to this Saturday, getting to play in front of the home stands, playing at the Stanford?
It's really exciting. Didn't get that experience last year. I'm pumped for it. I'm ready to go.
You gonna have a lot of family in the stands?
I should. Yes, sir.
What were your first impressions, I guess, when you guys both enrolled of Lad McConkey?
I didn't really know Lad at the time, but after getting to know him, I knew he was a good guy. After seeing what he did on scout team, because we were down there with him, we were like, okay, this kid can play. He's out there giving our one defense troubles.
What do you feel like he brings to this offense? We saw, obviously, he made a bunch of plays on Saturday.
Like you just said, he brings a lot of explosiveness to this team. He's definitely a weapon. I think we have a lot of those all over the field, and I think with him out there, it just adds to it.
What have been the reactions and any developments with the old podcast?
We've got some good feedback, some bad feedback. I mean, I think we're just going with it as it goes. I mean, not looking for anything out of it, just having fun with it.
The coaches monitor that at all to make sure that's
kinda
staying
know.
within the line?
We kind of know what not to say, so we kind of stay away from topics. But I haven't heard anything from the coaches.
Tay, what do you think a 12-team playoff is going to mean to the sport that you guys spend so much time in?
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really thought about it at all, but I think it's gonna be a long season, especially if you're not winning the conference. But I think it could be good for other teams.
When you see, on that first touchdown, on Lad's rushing touchdown, with AD blocking his guy in the end zone, with Brock blocking his guy out of bounds, as an offensive lineman, how does that make you feel?
I love to see it. I told AD in the team meeting earlier, I was like, if you keep doing that, we're going to pull you in the offensive line room. But we preach it every day, blocking on the perimeter, and just to see that just shows people are bought in.
How hard is it for guys like that to buy into it? Because, I mean, they come to school, they aren't going to be catching touchdowns, but they seem to buy into it pretty well.
It takes some buy-in, but once you see how it affects the game around you and see how much more explosive we are with it, I think people are really like, okay, we're going to go get this done.
It seemed like y'all threw a lot more, quick screens and stuff out the perimeter. Is that a product of being confident in those receivers, man?
Definitely. I think without them, we wouldn't be able to do that. And especially with how physical we are with our tight end group, and our receivers are even physical, like you saw with that AD play. I think it's a lot easier to do that.
Any more questions for Tate? All right, Tate, thank you.
Thanks, Tim.